Since I opened for business, I have been asked several times why I chose to do Three Advocacies. Why am I advocating by selling t-shirts and mugs? The simple answer is that I've loved themed t-shirts since I was a teenager. Back then, I was reading a Mad magazine, and a character in one of the cartoon panels was wearing a t-shirt that said, "Make war, not love. It's safer." I showed it to my family and told them how great I thought the shirt was. Now, mind you, no one was selling that t-shirt. It was just an artist's rendering to make the comic a little funnier. But my sister took my fascination seriously. She arranged for the phrase to be silk-screened on a shirt and gave it to me as a birthday present. I wore it for years and only gave it up when it was full of holes and half the letters had fallen off. Since then, I have gotten more apparel decorated with clever sayings and cool designs. I want to give some of that enjoyment back to the world. My desire to do advocacy came much later. 3 of my sons were diagnosed with autism, and since then, there has been an endless stream of education and therapy planning meetings. My wife advocated for their needs at these and still does. For a long time, she did it on her own, but as the boys grew, and especially when I became the primary caregiver, my own input and advice became vital. So I began to advocate for them as well. Her focus, because of their disability, has been on the neurodiversity movement, but mine gravitated to overcoming mental health stigma as time passed. I eventually began using Facebook and YouTube to express and refine the way I want to frame the issues about which I truly care. The former has been especially helpful with crystallizing my thinking on freedom of conscience, and the latter has been a pretty good avenue for artistic expression. Another reason for Three Advocacies is that I not only want to create change in the world, but I also want to create wealth in it. So I have chosen to do this as a for-profit business. The internet is awash with people asking me for money because I care about this or that, and I don't want to go that route. I would like instead to give people something more tangible than a good feeling in exchange for helping me spread my messages. If I make enough money at this to feed my family, then I can back up my advocacy with cash. But for now, I'd like to move from surviving to thriving. The final reason that this business suits me is that, so far, I have been able to do everything necessary to run it from my home computer. Like many people nowadays, I spend a lot of time staring at one screen or another. In the past, most of that time has been spent socializing or playing games. But I long to do productive work from here as well, and Three Advocacies allows me to do that. So let me know what you think, and maybe buy a t-shirt and a mug. Thanks.